All right, we're going live here in 5, 4, 3,
Three,
2,
two,
1.
one.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Dr. Reese Live. Today's episode is
121.
121.
Yeah, I know now.
Yeah. I am your host, Coach Sean, and alongside with me is Coach Karen in the members room for today. And of course, our fake doctor,
Yes.
the
Fake
world's
it.
only head to toe healer. Dr. Reese, how are you doing tonight?
Feeling very fake.
Really? just fake.
Yeah. And yeah, we have a week left before the cost of the membership goes up for those that are watching at home. So
Now, I wanted to clarify because there was a lot of questions about that. A lot of people thought for the people that are already in the membership, they're at the 55, will it go up for them in November? It's only for new people, correct?
It's only for new people.
Okay, so if
you're in at the 55 a month, you're grandfathered in.
Absolutely.
Unless you quit and try to come back, see? Got you by the big toe. The halicus. It's called a halicus.
Really?
Yeah.
I had a question on that too. It came up
Halicus.
this week with somebody. If they get an analysis before the end of the month, but they decide to move forward and find out what's going on head to toe, could they still get the $55 a month if they bought an analysis by the 31st?
I suppose that would qualify them.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
There you have it. And so today's topic, we wanted to get a little bit more into the analysis itself and understanding the nutritional portion, the symptom score. We've had a lot of calls, of course, successful people that basically, probably weren't at where they thought they were, their symptom score. Well, it had changed pretty drastically, but people just don't feel it. They're like, they don't realize how far they've come because they're already living the healthy lifestyle. So,
Right.
But I want people to understand a little bit more about the symptom score and like just the importance behind it and the whole process of it.
Yeah, so during the head to toe analysis, we count symptoms.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk away with a score. There's 60 symptoms, and they're all in different categories. There's soft tissue, hard tissue, gut, blood sugar, chronic pain, mental health. It all adds up to 60. If you have a 30 or over, we call that a hot mess. If you're under 30, then you're not a hot mess. But some symptoms are more dramatic than others. For example, today I did an analysis of someone who was a 7. 7 is pretty good. It's good. 7 out of 60. But one of his symptoms was ringing in the ears. So that's a dramatic symptom, right? Nobody wants ringing in their ears. I did a woman who was a 36 today. 36 out of 60. That's a hot mess. So you get your score with your analysis. And then when you join the membership, you keep tabs of your score as you go through. So you might want to check your score every 6 months and see how you're improving.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a 36, well, let's get you down to a 26. And then eventually get you down to a 16. So you can go in this direction or you can go in that direction. You can either go up or you can go down. You want to be going down. You want to be going down. You want your score to be going down. So this is how we measure the progress of our people.
Yeah.
And it's much better than going to the medical system and getting these blood labs and this, that, and the other. And I mean, we do blood labs too, but it's just, it's not as extreme. It's just, once a year, keep tabs on a few things, but the symptom score is really where you're at from a macro level.
I feel like when people go to the medical system, they get spread out. Everything gets spread out. The diseases, they don't associate diseases together like the symptom score. Everything would, if it was a gut issue, it would be grouped in that gut issue. If it was the medical system, they would spread out all the diseases and have specific medications prescribed for each.
Right.
And I think that kind of impacts how you can heal because
They
you're not addressing
diagnose.
it. Yeah, exactly.
So they diagnose, they do all these tests, which makes a lot of money, and then they hit you with a 3, 4, 5 syllable word: fibromyalgia, osteoporosis, right? They hit you with these big, scary words, and then you walk around with this label. And because the medical monopoly has no solution, you walk around like it's permanent. So
I
now
have fibromyalgia.
yeah, you're at your family picnic and you're like, well, I can't do that. I have osteoporosis. So the mentality is already gone. The mentality is already negative. But if you unplug from that system and you unplug from the labels and you just count your symptoms, it gives you a much more attainable goal. And it's very simple. You have this number, your goal is to decrease it. It couldn't be any more simpler.
Yeah.
And maybe one day this will become so popular that people will walk up at their family barbecue and be like, hey, I used to be a 26, but now I'm a 3. And, Cousin Johnny's like, what the heck are you talking about? Oh, no, my symptom score. You've never got a head-to-toe analysis? You gotta find out your symptom score, young man. You know?
Yeah.
Forget the medical monopoly. If they knew what they were doing, people wouldn't be walking around with chronic diseases. Period. It's period. You don't even need context to it. It's just period. So imagine if firefighters didn't know how to put out fires. How would that make you feel?
Yeah.
So the head-to-toe analysis, that's why we changed our ways. We made it mandatory for those that are coming into the membership. You got to know your symptom score.
Because it's all of the deficiencies or dysfunctions have correlating protocols. So it's like a roadmap, right?
It can be a roadmap, especially for the 120 program, yeah. But you just want to know if you're improving or not. It's simple. It's simple. Everyone knows testing. Everyone understands testing. Even if you're a cook, and you're cooking and, every 30 minutes you taste it. You're testing it every 30 minutes to see if, the rest of the family is going to like it, You're just testing yourself, It's a perfect way to do this.
Do you believe it's still needed if certain people don't feel symptoms? Like, not saying that they have gotten the analysis, but they're like, I don't really feel anything. So they're like hesitant about actually getting the analysis because they think it's just going to be a waste, essentially.
No, because we're going to find something.
Yeah.
We're going to find something. And that's the thing. I did an analysis on a 24-year-old kid yesterday, which is exciting because usually it's older folks, no offense, not used to a 24-year-old body. So I'm like, oh, new blood, right? So, and he was in shape and he was, looking good. But you know what? He had a cervical flexion, which is very common these days with younger people from the Netflix and the video games. And so his neck was falling out onto his chest and he was starting to develop a hump at the top. he was a 3 out of 60, which is a healthy young man, 3 out of 60. But just by identifying that posture, if he doesn't do anything about it, what's his symptom score going to be when he's 34?
Yeah.
Well, common sense will tell you that it's going to go up. If we're identifying that your neck is falling out onto your chest and the top of your back is starting to hump at 24 years old, the chances of that 3 going up to a 13 are pretty good. So this is also a preventative thing. It's a wake-up call.
Mm-hmm.
It's cold water on the face. All the way around, because nobody wants to look at themselves either.
Yeah.
You know, you're practically naked, and somebody's pointing out your flaws. So it's a vulnerable 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But you got to go through the fire. You gotta go through it to even understand why you need to be in this membership, to even know why you need head to toe healing. If you don't do it, then you're never gonna know.
Or even where to start, you know?
So everyone should get an analysis. It's my strong opinion. Everyone should get an analysis. Walk away with your symptom score. You got yourself a video that you can show your family at Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Now, Coach Karen, what would you say about like children getting analysis, or it's just like younger people in their 20s getting an
You mean your
analysis?
age?
All those young people.
As old people, we really are concerned about you young people. So it's super important that you get an analysis, because a lot of the members that are in our community, they are parents or grandparents, and they have loved ones that they really care about, and they see teenagers and young adults using their phones and technology on a regular basis, and they're noticing their posture. Now that you've been in the membership, you probably walk down the street or get in the mall, or you go to a restaurant, or you go to some sort of conference, and you happen to notice everybody's posture now, and you're like, oh my gosh, that person has an inverted foot. Or I can see the hump in that person's back. I can see that their shoulders are coming forward. And you can't unsee it once you've had your analysis. And for young people, it's so critical, because they have the opportunity to turn it around so much more quickly than somebody that might be in their 40s, 50s, 60s,
Right.
70s. They've been having decades of poor posture, poor nutrition, and their body is literally on the brink if it's not already breaking down. So young people have the opportunity to get a tune-up, kind of like a car tune-up, where you go in and you get the engine checked, and they do diagnostics, and they do the oil change, and they make sure that you're all tuned up. We do that too. So even if you don't have a ton of symptoms, come in, do an analysis, let us show you what's going on, so you can get a tune-up and get your body in order, so that way it doesn't start falling apart.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
And then it's like the part of addressing it. I feel like people my age.
I don't people your age. People your age don't want an analysis.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or if they do, they don't want to really do anything about it, like do the posture therapy, or get on the supplements.
It's not but Sean, it's not even people your age. It's people 10 years older than you too.
Yeah.
People in their 30s, generally speaking, they just don't care. 40s, they may start caring a little bit. 50s is really when it picks up.
What is that? Is that because pain? Because pain starts to happen, or you start to lose?
Yeah, the body starts to break down. I personally think a lot of women go through menopause, and they go see their doctor, and they're really taken back as to how lost the doctors are, and that really opens a lot of women's eyes. A lot of women's eyes. That's just a theory that I have, because we just don't have a lot of men. I mean, how many men are in our members' room right now? Can we count?
All on the same hand.
Yeah, it's all women. I did an interview this morning. So for those that don't know, I'm on a little podcast tour right now, and I'm being interviewed by different podcasts. And the guy asked me, like, why are your audience mostly 60-year-old women? And I'm like, because men are stubborn. And he happened to be 60. He was like, I'm about to be 60, and I said, well, you're stubborn, aren't you? And he's like, yeah, I guess.
I just took a quick look at it. I'd have to say like probably four men.
4 men. Shout out to those 4 strong, courageous men. There's not many of you.
Yeah, boy.
I was hoping he was here.
Knew that was coming.
You know? And so women are just much more adaptable. So much more adaptable, and so much more, open for change. So, I saw the same thing with my family when I first got into this. Actually, this is a revelation I had not long ago. When I started in health was about 2010.
Wow.
I was 30. My mom was 60, and she was my first so-called client. Because she was like, oh, well, yeah, you might be onto something. Oh, yeah. Tell me about that again. Let me try that. Dad, nope.
You're doing that health thing again.
Oh, geez, another crazy idea, this kid here.
Yeah.
Right? So here we are 15 years later. Mom's doing pretty good. Dad's 3/4 dead. So stubborn men, they go down with the ship. They go down with the ship. And women adapt and somehow survive.
To add on to that, though, women are the caretakers of the family.
Yeah.
And they're watching out for everybody. So we have to be healthy. We have to take care of ourselves, so we will go the extra mile to make sure we're not going to fall apart.
Yeah.
And
it's true.
we have to be there for them.
It's true. It's true. You think about what a woman does when she has, let's just say, 2 little kids. I mean, she's just everything. It's chaotic life, but it's, man. And the dad usually doesn't want any parts of that. He's just like, all right, yeah, just call me when you need me. Call me when you need the deep voice.
Yeah.
That's about it. Or dad shows up and
That's about it.
or he's Disneyland dad and he walks in and they're all excited to see him and they're screaming and saying, "Yay, daddy's home." Because he's the life of the party and the mom's been disciplining all day. But it's a good balance, and of course, there's individuals out there, whether they're single dads or single moms, and they're running the show all by themselves. And then they've got a community of people that they lean on. So it's helpful for all of us to get that symptom score. And, the other thing that I was thinking about when you were talking about this is, unlike the medical system, when you go in and you have some sort of ailment, you're like, oh my gosh, my knee is killing me. And they just focus right in on the knee. Oh, what are we going to do for that? Oh, you pulled something. But they don't zoom out to see the whole body. And when we do the symptom score, some of those aches and pains that may be happening in the knee area, there's other issues going on in different parts of the body and they overlap. And so people actually get more benefit by seeing that big picture.
Right. Absolutely. Well said.
I'm curious to see who was a hot mess that's in this members room right now that
Any
has
hot
reduced.
messes out
Yeah.
there?
And where is your score right now, currently? But yeah,
And for those at home, get yourself an analysis.
absolutely.
Call drreese.com. It's so simple.
Start that step.
Yeah, you do a free call with Sean or Coach Tamara or Coach Karen. Call drreese.com. World Wide Web dot call drreese dot communication.
So can I add on to that?
Sure.
Mhm.
When somebody goes to our website, calldrreese.com, if you're in the US, we can do phone call or we can do a Zoom call. You choose. So when you book an appointment with us, it books us with a Zoom appointment, but it can be a phone call. So if you're comfortable with that, if you're international, we have to be a little bit more creative on how we connect with you. So Zoom is always very reliable. Sometimes we talk to people via WhatsApp, but you have to use WhatsApp. Otherwise, it's hard for us to make that phone call because it's an international call. So we want to reach you, but give us lots of opportunities if you are international on the best ways to reach you. So we can use WhatsApp or Signal or Zoom if you're international outside of the US.
Absolutely. And Karen, just to see, do we have any comments in the members room while
Yeah.
we're over?
So Grandma Vicky says, we are the glue that holds everything together.
That's right.
And then Teresa was asking, how do I sign up for an analysis?
Oh,
Well, if she's already, she must be someone from the beginning of the membership.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you go to the homepage of Dr. Reese Plus on the bottom, you can get the analysis and you'll get $100 off too.
yep.
Excellent.
And Karen,
And-
when you get a sec, you can, in the chat, you can just type in the homepage for them.
I will.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Or Levi
And
can
then-
do it.
We did have a question from Rondell. He's asking, how do you determine the strength of stomach acid with just a visual analysis?
In the analysis, we do the salt test. So I can't say it in detail because then people at home will start doing it. But it's a physical test.
And he did do that because he's done an analysis with us.
Mm-hmm.
And Ken's in our room and he was saying, I thought a hot mess score was 20 or higher.
We raised it, Ken.
Yeah.
We raised it. Yep.
Mm-mm.
There's 60 symptoms now. Before there was 40.
Anything else, Karen?
Paige is asking how many members that we have. Do we have?
How many members?
I don't know the exact, but it's around 200.
People from all over the world.
All over the world. New Zealand, Australia. We're starting to get a lot of South Africa,
India.
India.
A lot of
No China or Japan yet.
No, yeah,
They
not
don't-
yet.
They don't need us yet.
It's pretty cool though, just to talk to people all over the world.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
you have a pretty wide reach.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you look at the TT, right?
Mm.
We got shut down on TT. The Taki. And okay, we took a month off and then we started a new account and we gained 70,000 followers in 2 months.
Yeah.
70,000 in 2 months. That's wild.
Pretty wild. I wanted to see if any of the members had any questions for us in the members room. You can definitely type it in, or we can talk face to face if you'd like. For the most part, so
There is one question from Michelle. She says, "Is it true that?" Just give me a minute.
okay.
It is so true. I realized that when I started doing PT. Not sure what the context is. It was probably when we were having a conversation earlier. Someone was also asking if it was wise to do the posture alignment therapy 2 times a day.
Yeah, absolutely. Or you can do your routine once a day, and then the second time just do static back for 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone loves static back.
So when they're in the membership and the classes are about 45 minutes to an hour, so if they did 2 hours, would that be too much in a day, or should they do 1 hour and then maybe the static back?
1 hour, then the static back split. It's always good to do PAT twice a day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anything else, Karen?
Not in the membership room.
Okay.
I'm
have
thinking
some-
about. Go ahead.
We do have stuff on the socials, though, if you want to go there yet.
I was thinking about adding 3 more PAT classes.
3 more.
And Sean's doing it all.
No, because sometimes the West Coasters can't get on. So I was thinking Monday evening, Tuesday mornings. Wednesday evening, Thursday mornings. Friday evening, Saturday mornings. We don't need you on every time. So there'll be six a week, and then people can pick and choose.
Mm-hmm.
It's just an idea. It's just an idea.
I mean, I know people like it, and I would love for people to get the opportunity to go to the live classes. I just feel like they're different. It's way better, you know. It feels like you're a part of a community. You get to talk to other people, ask questions directly to the coach. So, I mean, I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you want to go over to socials, or you want to talk to the members?
I haven't done a pop-up live in a while
Yeah.
because we've been doing, I've been busy, but yeah, I guess we got to talk to the people at home.
Let's see how they're doing. Karen, are you able to see any of the socials right now?
Yeah, I can see Facebook.
Oh, you're the best.
So we have some people there from Canada, and they are wondering, do we help people there?
Yeah, all over the world. Just get your analysis. Call drreese.com.
And then Brianna saying, thank you so much for educating us. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Hello from Washington. Hello from Miami
Miami.
and West Virginia. I'm new to all this, but I'm learning, says Lynette.
Keep hanging in there, Lynette.
Myra's on, and she says, I'm a newbie here.
All right. When you're
And-
ready, call drreese.com. When you're ready.
Rhonda says she cannot wait to get her analysis results.
Mm.
Rhonda. Yeah, I did Rhonda today, this morning.
And Terry, who's in Canada, said she has the 3 books, loving the information. So happy you work with Canada.
Thank you. Working on the next book, which is
Rhonda,
going to be a weapon of mass destruction. Go
Really?
ahead.
Rhonda says,
You gotta make all the sound effects.
It's assault with a deadly weapon.
What were you saying, Karen?
Rhonda says, Coach Sean, laugh out loud. Young is a great thing. Believe me. Trust me. Enjoy every second.
I will. I will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He doesn't make old man noises like when you stand up. I notice I do now. I don't.
No.
Like every time you get up, it's like, ugh.
You're too young to be making old man noises.
I'm 45. I mean, I'm technically can make old man noises. It's a thing.
Wow.
I passed the barrier.
It's a new.
That was funny.
So, a question about endometriosis. Is there anything you can do for that?
Yeah, get rid of it. Absolutely.
Okay. Really quick, I had a question from the socials. Live from the Nile is asking, which I know who that is. Hi. Is asking, do inversion tables work?
I'm not a fan of being upside down. I prefer a pull-up bar.
Mm.
Every
Really?
morning I get on a pull-up bar and my spine goes.
You just hang.
Yeah, you just hang for 30 seconds and your whole spine will be like.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Any other questions, Karen, from the socials?
Let me just look real quick.
Okie doke.
Let's see. Alina says, could it be that men are stubborn or have little or not very many symptoms as women? For one thing, they don't have menopause to deal with.
They don't have menopause to deal with. Nope. Typically, they start getting prostate issues.
Mm-hmm.
Angela says she believes that her hip pain in her left leg has caused her lots of pain after sitting too long. She also wakes up when she goes to sleep due to pain.
Let's get out of that pain.
You need some PAT.
Call drreese.com.
Absolutely.
Log on. Set up the call. Watch the web. There's a web class. A public service announcement. There's a web class that I made for you before you schedule your call. Some people are skipping it. They're being very naughty. Don't skip the class. If you get on the phone with us and you just discovered me yesterday, you couldn't possibly be up to date on who we are, what is head to toe healing, why does he call himself a fake doctor? I mean, you must be so confused.
Mm-hmm.
Just watch the web class. It's just 30 minutes of your life. And then set up the call.
Yeah, not to mention, if you get on the call, we're just going to, and if you're like totally new, we're just going to send you back.
I'm going to send you back. Throw the fish back in the water.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to, we want to make sure that things are efficient and moving. And more people are discovering us every day. So it's constantly, it's new people. My DMs are like, what do I do about psoriasis? What do I do about fibromyalgia? My dad has this. My cousin has that. What do I do about this? What do I do about that? What? So it's just the same story over and over and over and over again. They got to warm up to the idea.
Yeah.
There's no magic pill. And head to toe healing, if somebody comes in and they do their analysis, and let's just say let's say they're a hot mess, they have a 35. Their symptom score is a 35. How long will it take to get them down to a 3? It could take 5 years. But if they go from a 35 to a 15 in the first 6 months, they're going to be a happy, happy camper.
Yeah.
Happy camper. Life completely changed. So to get the symptom score all the way down, it can take time. It's a journey. But a lot of symptoms go away quick in those first 6 months if you're doing what you're supposed to do.
Got to be consistent.
You got to be consistent.
Someone is asking, does a person have to get an analysis to join the membership?
Yes.
I'm not taking your job, Karen. Do you have any questions?
Okay. Although there's someone in the members room, Deborah, she says she wanted to tell us that after a 1 year of no oil, she was able to reverse partially a paralyzed vocal cord.
Wow.
Wow. Does she want to come on and talk about that?
I know, right? That's pretty...
I mean, can we dance?
Sure.
Okay. So what was wrong with your vocal cord?
Well, I was scared into a surgery. Whether or not it was necessary, I don't know. But he used all the horrible, you're going to have a stroke, you're going to have a heart attack, you're going to be in a wheelchair. So I had the surgery, and afterwards I kind of sounded like a frog. They said, "Oh, just give it a few days, or give it a few weeks, give it a handful of months." So I finally went and had the thing put down my throat, and they said, "Oh yeah, your vocal cord is partially paralyzed, not working." So I had already been hanging out here in the background almost 2 years now.
Wow.
Following me
Yeah.
for 2 years.
Yeah.
Got you.
Yep. And I had already been off gluten for 10 years at that time, but I was like the French fry queen. So I got rid of that, and it took a good year, but all of a sudden one day I went back for my final, like I'll go one more time and have them look at my vocal cord, and it was working.
There it is. Boom.
No more frog talk.
So you got off the poor 4 foods and your
Yep.
vocal cord regenerated
Yes. Yes.
in 1 year.
Yep.
Can't make this stuff up. And you're not a paid actor.
No, no, I'm sure not.
I didn't send you $1,000.
No, but you can if you want.
Very cool. That's really good to hear. You must have been very happy with that.
Yes, I am very grateful.
All that was happening was the free radical damage just happened to hit that area. And then by getting off the poor 4 foods, it gave it a chance to regenerate.
Right. And he might have messed it up during the surgery too, because it was in that area of my neck. So,
Wow.
yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like, I feel like I get on calls with all these people that haven't started cutting the poor 4 foods yet. And I'm like, that's essential. Like, you have to stop the fire. Like, imagine there's a house fire.
Right.
And the construction company is coming in to rebuild the new house while the fire is going on.
Right.
That's what we're trying to do when
Right.
we're taking
Stop
supplements.
the bleeding.
Stop the
fire.
You have to stop the fire to rebuild. Like, your body will not heal. It will not recover when it's on fire, when it's inflamed.
Right.
So that's the first step. I mean, like, cut the poor 4 foods. Learn about Dr. Reese. Call drreese.com. We have information. Like, even if you're like relatively new, still watch Dr. Reese's webinar. But we have like plenty of information to give you to start you in the right direction. I mean, we're trying to help you out as quick as possible and have you be informed as possible. So
Thank you for sharing with us.
thank you. Karen, do you have any questions from the members or any questions on the socials?
We do have some. Ryan is saying or asking, what is the ideal way to sleep?
Comfortably. Is this social or members room?
Members.
Okay, I could be nicer. The best way to sleep. Really, it honestly doesn't matter. As long as you get the proper sleep that you need, that's really what matters. If you're doing your PAT like you're supposed to, that's what's going to rectify the horrible posture that you just slept in.
Yeah.
That's really it. And that's why we recommend, as soon as you wake up in the morning, do cats and dogs right away. Just do 10 cats and dogs as soon as you wake up. You know?
Interesting. I saw a couple of questions from somebody that was new. They said, how do I call Dr. Reese? The link just so happens to be calldrreese.com. www.calldrreese.com is where you can get in contact with one of the coaches and get started on your journey of the head to toe rabbit hole.
There you go.
And I also saw another person basically questioning how are you able to help people all over the world without touching them physically.
Head to toe healing doesn't require any physical manipulation at all. Not at all. Join us and find out.
Yeah, location is no obstacle.
Location is no obstacle.
Any other questions, Karen?
I'd say that's one of the few positives that came out of the so-called pandemic.
Oh, yeah.
More people understand Zoom. More people understand WhatsApp. More people are reaching out to each other across the world because they were forced to at one point.
Yeah. Yeah. The true...
We have a couple people in the members room asking about a follow-up analysis and how we handle that.
It's something we have to implement. I think a once-a-year analysis might be a good thing. Maybe I don't know. You're going to get me brainstorming on live TV. You're going to see the behind the scenes.
Maybe we need to shelf that and get back to them.
I think a once-a-year analysis is a really good idea. I do. I don't know if it should be full price or not. I don't know. I have to figure that out.
Okay. Any more questions, Karen?
Yeah, we need to welcome Jerry. He just joined today. He's ready
Jerry.
And does he take Prilosec every day? I have gallbladder issues. Should I stop taking them? I know we need stomach acid. Thanks.
If I were you, I would stop taking it yesterday. And then do the acid reflux protocol, the acid reflux rescue inside of the membership. Start there, get your stomach acid right, and then when you're ready, jump into, do your 120. The 120 is like a badge of honor. It's like, who did their 120?
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be a few of you that go a few years in this membership and don't do it because you're scared. But eventually, you're going to muster up the courage to do your 120.
Yeah.
And then you can truly celebrate every January 20th.
Anything else, Karen?
Yeah, Ken's in here, and he's been with us 5 months. He said he went from a 32 to a 10 on his symptom score.
There it is.
Go. Yeah,
Might be good to have him pop on for a minute. 'Cause he's got
absolutely.
stuff to say.
32 to a 10. This is what we're talking about. When you know your symptom score. And see, just knowing that provides light
Hmm.
and hope and belief.
Yeah, I'm crazy busy at work, but I'll make it quick. Yeah, exactly what the doc said. Even though there's still some symptoms, they just, the trauma of the horrible thyroid storm that I was going through, and I'm not going to get into that now, is gone. I'm not afraid of that anymore. And when something comes up, I do some inner child work. I do some postural. I make a phone call. I listen to something. I breathe, put some salt under my tongue, call Sean and bother him, whatever. So yeah, man, just the hope that you gain, the conversion of hopelessness to hope is worth the price of admission 10 times over. Love you guys.
Love you too, man.
What he just said, hopelessness to hope.
Yeah.
And there's so many folks out there watching with so much darkness, so much hopelessness. And, we're just here to shine a light so you can see in the dark.
Yeah.
Take the step. Call drreese.com.
It's a reason we do the calls for free. We just want to give people hope first. We want somebody to talk to that, like, we know what you're going through. We see, like, the issues of the medical system. We see the hopelessness there, and we want to talk to you so we can convince you or just tell you that there's another option at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's why I love the calls. Honestly, I think it's the best thing we offer.
Every now and again, you get a rude person, I'm sure.
Hurt people. You know?
Hurt people.
That's all I say. I just brush it off.
Yeah.
But
Tamara said some guy called her last week and was practically debating her. Like, Tamara, just hang up. You don't have to sit there and debate some random stranger. What are you doing? Thanks for calling, sir. Hang up. Who cares? Like, some people are just going to troll. Some people are going to take advantage of us because we're giving this service.
yeah.
And we're fully aware of that.
Yeah. Well, any more questions or comments, Karen?
Yeah, Linda says, is there a particular sleep direction for the head? And also, what's the best wake up time? 5 a.m.?
The best wake up time is whatever your sleep quota is, really. So everyone's different. I know for me, I need 8 hours. But I know people that go 4 or 5 hours and they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's different. I don't subscribe to that everyone needs 8 hour theory.
Yeah.
It's just not true. But if you want to wake up at 5 a.m., then go to bed at 9 p.m. I mean, that's what I do. But that's more of a business thing. I tell people, if you don't want to work a 9 to 5, then sleep 9 to 5. Because you're not going to do anything at night except watch TV.
Yeah.
Unless you have a very active dating life. And you're like Bruce Wayne out here, downtown with a Ferrari. And most people aren't. What are you going to do at 10 o'clock? What are you going to do what are you going to do at midnight? What are you going to do? You're probably just watching TV anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So if you train yourself to go to bed early and you wake up and I love waking up early. I don't know if I'll ever change it. I mean, it destroys my personal life, but I just love it because there's nothing. It's one of the best feelings I've ever experienced. It's just waking up so fresh,
Yeah.
and you just get right to work.
The days feel so long, I noticed. Like, it feels like this morning for me feels like yesterday, and I don't know. It's way better. I remember I used to stay up all night and, do all that. And it was just a slippery slope. You were always tired and you weren't getting anything done. You weren't progressing. But when you did it in the morning, it's like you had the whole day to be productive and get stuff done and work towards your goals and whatnot.
Yeah.
I agree with you. 100%.
Yeah, man.
Coach Karen.
Hi. So more questions here.
When do you go to
Sophie-
bed, Karen?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm a early to bed, early to rise kind of person.
Yeah. Because because I message you in the morning sometimes and I hear back from you and you're 3 hours behind me. So
Exactly. And sometimes it's really early. It's before dawn.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Yeah.
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 I guess-
That's why I like Karen. I
Yeah.
can talk to her in the morning.
I get so surprised when she responds to me.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
like,
message her at 6 in the morning. Sometimes I get a response.
Hey.
Sometimes I think she's on the East Coast.
Yeah. Yeah.
It does make my transition when I go to the East Coast a little easier because I wake up early.
Mm-hmm.
That is for sure.
Yeah.
But Safik says, Dr. Reese, our parents gave us Casara sagrada, which we call Sina pods, to clean out our intestines. Tell us about Sina. Are you familiar with it?
Not all the way. I mean, I know it's good for the gut. But
Other things that you think are better?
well, I like the formula that we use. It's got a bunch of different ingredients. I'm not going to say the name in front of the public.
But it's in the rescue series.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
120.
It's in the 120, yeah.
Mm.
Very secretive for the public.
Yeah.
Some of them don't like it. Like, he doesn't say anything. He doesn't give us anything.
Mm.
That just makes me want to say less.
Anything else, Karen?
I'm just popping over to the socials right now to see if there's anything more there.
Okay.
But actually, there were a couple questions that came up when I was having conversations with members this week. One of them is my doctor told me to do a urine test. They said there was blood in my urine. I didn't see it. Should I be concerned? Do you have any tips or suggestions?
My only tip or suggestion is to get healthy from head to toe. You know, that's the way we approach this. Get after the whole body. Don't focus in on the symptom too deep. You'll just get lost.
It's almost like a trap. Don't fall for, you have a condition, you have a disease.
Yeah.
Figure out what the root cause is.
Yeah.
So I have a quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Do mattresses matter? Like, would getting a super expensive mattress be counterintuitive? Just like getting foam implants in your shoes and such like that?
I don't think the mattress matters too much, no.
It's not harming you, right?
No, I sleep on the floor. It's probably the best place to sleep. If you're a back sleeper, anyway. If you're a side sleeper, the floor ain't the right place.
Yeah, no. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. If you're a back sleeper, what would be better than the floor? With a little pillow. Static back.
Anything else, Karen?
Yeah, another question from a caller this week, one of our members. My white blood count is low. I've told this is because I'm from Africa. What could cause this and how can it be addressed?
Well, I know who you're referring to. And, that could be the medical monopolies doing there. Because that person is kind of in both worlds. But again, I wouldn't focus on it. I wouldn't focus on white blood count, red blood count. I just don't think that it matters. It's not a root cause, it's a symptom. And so we want to focus on the nutrition, on the postural alignment therapy, on the mindfulness. We want to focus on head to toe healing, not the medical nonsense that they created. Because all they do is diagnose. That's it. It's the only thing they're successful at is diagnosing.
Well, and once they diagnose,
There's
then
no
people,
solution.
Yeah.
they're like, phew, I know what it is. Now I know what I'm dealing with. However, it's not the whole body. It's just a portion of the body.
Right.
Yep.
Everything.
Right. Right.
And so it almost like diverts them on a detour instead of getting to the right solution.
That's right.
Which they can just by getting an analysis to find out what the root causes are.
That's right. It's an awakening process. And, you know, we still have some members and clients and whatnot that have not fully awakened to it yet. But it's a process.
You have
Well,
to.
and it's simple too. Once you accept it, you know, that you need those three modalities, nutrition, posture, and mindfulness, and how they support the body so well. It's the three-legged stool. If one of the legs is missing, it's going to fall over. And once they can understand that and apply the strategies, things start to turn around.
That's right. How are
Well,
we doing on time?
It is that time.
Is it?
It is 7 o'clock.
I had a feeling.
Do you have any last comments?
For those at home, the membership cost is going up November 1st. So get your analysis, call drreese.com, and get in. The clock is ticking. Let's do this.
Absolutely.
And if you think someone else has a better solution, message me. Let me know. I want to check them out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in, especially our members.
Oh, Dr. Reese.
Shayna.
Yes.
It's Shayna. Hi.
Hi, Shayna. Do you have good
going
news?
on? Yes, I'm giving I need you to shout out somebody that's online right now. You have to say happy belated birthday to Grandma Vicky.
Oh.
Happy
That's one of the
belated birthday to Grandma Vicky.
Woo!
Go in there.
She's being modest about it. Happy birthday.
How old is she? 52?
She's on here. Where are you, Vicky? Grandma Vicky? She's probably on mute.
Okay.
Okay, well, regardless, happy birthday.
She had a big birthday. She had a big birthday, so
Oh,
she
okay.
deserves a shout out. That's all.
Absolutely. Thank you.
The big 50?
She says she's here and she's 75.
75.
There you go.
Happy birthday, Vicky.
It's a good
She's
age.
waiting.
All right, everybody. We will see you guys next Tuesday.
For episode 122.
Thank you.
I'll talk
Peace.
to you on
There
Thursday.
you
I'll talk to you on Thursday, I think. No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Wednesday.
Yeah, all of the classes. You
4
see, this
o'clock.
is an example of someone who attends all of the classes and gets the results. So, happy birthday, Grandma Vicky, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yep,
All right.
it's working.
Take care.
Good night.
Good night.